There are two types of men in this world. The first type seeks to earn love. He's the one who always texts first. He gives compliments. He makes plans. He tries to please. He follows all the rules. Yet somehow she still pulls away. Not because he wasn't good to her, but because kindness without strength doesn't create desire. It creates comfort. And comfort fades. The second type of man is different. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't explain his worth. He becomes the gravity she orbits. He doesn't try to win her with effort. He draws her in with his presence. He's quiet, focused, grounded, and without saying much at all, he lingers in her thoughts long after he's gone. So what sets these men apart? It's not money, not looks, not luck. It's something deeper, subtle traits, invisible signals. Strategic psychological presence that most men overlook, but high-value men embody naturally. In this video, you won't just learn how to attract women. You'll understand why certain men become unforgettable. Even in silence, you'll discover the 5 key traits that make a woman feel emotionally drawn to you, even addicted to your presence. And you'll learn how to develop them with calm strength and clear intention. Stay until the end, because this won't just shift how you speak to women. It'll transform how women feel when they're around you. Once you understand true masculine energy, you don't chase, you don't justify, you don't ask to be chosen. You become the man she can't forget, the one her mind replays, the one her body remembers. Let's begin. Trait 1. Emotional control that commands respect. Most men believe showing emotion is the key to connection. They think that opening up, explaining their feelings, and reacting passionately will win her appreciation. It won't, because deep emotional attraction doesn't come from vulnerability. It comes from restraint. A woman doesn't become obsessed with a man who reacts. She becomes obsessed with the man who feels deeply, but never flinches. Machiavelli once said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." In simple terms, the man who rises above emotion and acts with clarity, while others are lost in their feelings, becomes the one who leads, the one who lasts. The fool collapses first, then reflects. The wise man sees through the chaos and makes his move calmly, strategically first. Here's how this plays out in real life. She gives you attitude. She goes quiet, delays her replies, questions your tone. She's testing you, trying to see if you'll lose composure. Most men do. They overreact. They send long emotional messages filled with cringe-worthy emojis. They talk too much. They try to fix something that was never broken in the first place. But the high-value man, he doesn't fight the fire, he contains it. He doesn't let it burn him. Here's a move you can make right now. Next time she pulls back, don't lean in. Don't chase her mood. Don't shrink yourself to match her energy. Instead, return to your mission. Train, build, focus. Let her feel that your emotional state is untouchable, because the man who doesn't chase peace becomes the peace she chases. Let's go deeper, because the next trait doesn't just command respect. It creates obsession. Trait 2. Mystery. That fuels her imagination. What you don't reveal is more powerful than what you explain. Predictable men feel safe, but they're forgettable. Mysterious men live in her thoughts, long after they've left the room. And mystery isn't about being distant or cold. It's about being unreadable. In a world full of men who overshare, who put all their emotions on the table, mystery becomes power. Machiavelli also wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." He wasn't telling you to be fake. He was saying let them see enough to believe, but never enough to control. Because once a woman thinks she fully knows you, she puts you in a box. But when she feels something and can't quite explain why, that's when obsession begins. Picture this. She texts, "What are you doing tonight?" The average guy replies like he's reading his to-do list. Not much, gonna watch Netflix, eat something, maybe hit the gym. He thinks he's being honest. She sees boredom, predictability, nothing to chase. But the magnetic man, he replies, got a few things lined up. What about you? Vague enough to be real, focused enough to spark curiosity. In that one line, you invite her imagination to fill in the blanks. Mystery doesn't confuse her, it activates her. Here's your shift. Say less than you know. Reveal less than you feel. Let your actions imply more than your words expose. You're not playing games, you're simply living a life full of purpose. And she's just now beginning to orbit it. Because when a man is composed, focused, and slightly unreadable, she doesn't chase answers, she chases you. Trait 3. Unshakable emotional frames in social dynamics. There's a hidden power most men overlook, until it's too late. It's not just about how you treat her in private. It's about how you carry yourself around others. See, women aren't only drawn to your kindness behind closed doors. They become captivated by how you move through the world, especially under pressure and in public. It's not about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most grounded. Machiavelli once said, "There is nothing more important than appearing to have great qualities, even if you don't truly possess them." Because in both politics and love, perception is power. Real life example. You're out with her at a dinner, a party, or just walking in public. A guy throws a passive-aggressive jab. The energy shifts. Tension rises. She looks at you curious, almost testing. Will he lose control, or will he own the room? The average guy reacts emotionally. He over-explains, gets defensive, maybe even tries to prove himself. She smiles to be polite, but inside her attraction begins to fade. Now let's flip the script. You stay calm, you don't rush to speak. You let the silence work for you. And when you do talk, it's short, direct, and composed. No flexing, no panic, just quiet confidence. In any room, especially when things get tense, don't rush to defend yourself. Don't react to every comment. Let silence be your ally. Be the eye of the storm, not the chaos around it. Because the man who commands a room without trying becomes unforgettable. Not just to her, but to everyone watching. Now let's go deeper. Because the next trait doesn't just change how she sees you. It shapes how deeply she feels you, even in your absence. Trait 4. Controlled polarity. The masculine tension that triggers female obsession. Men who try to play it safe, who go soft to keep her comfortable, end up losing both their edge and her desire. Why? Because women don't crave comfort. They crave contrast. The magnetic pull between your fire and your stillness. Your strength and your mystery. Your control and your silence. Most men don't understand this. They think emotional connection means crying with her, explaining everything, or constantly apologizing when the energy shifts. But here's the truth. A man who walks into her storm gets swept away by it. Machiavelli gave us the blueprint centuries ago. You must be a fox to spot the trap, and a lion to scare off the wolves. In relationships, that means you need the clarity to recognize emotional traps, and the strength to hold your frame when they appear. Real life example. She's triggered. She lashes out. You're distant. You don't open up, you don't even care. Most men panic here. They rush to apologize. They try to fix it. Not out of weakness, but out of confusion. They don't understand polarity. But when you shrink in response to her chaos, she feels alone. Not emotionally, energetically. Because deep down she doesn't want you to join her storm. She wants to feel your stillness through it. Here's your move, starting now. When she's emotional, hold your center. Let her speak. Let her cry. Let her move through her waves. But don't match it. Don't explain your worth. Don't beg for calm or chase reassurance. Say less. Breathe slower. Speak low and clear. Let her come to the realization. Not because you pushed her, but because you didn't fold. She'll feel safe not because you tried to control the storm, but because you remain still inside it. And in that moment, something shifts inside her. She starts to melt, not from words, not from logic, but from instinct. And that instinct, that's the seed of obsession. Now the final trait. Trait 5. Non-attachment to outcome. The quiet power that makes her chase. The more you try to secure her feelings, the more she begins to doubt them. Women don't become obsessed with the man who clings. They become obsessed with the man who can walk away and mean it. Obsession isn't born from control. It's born from freedom. The feeling that you don't need her, but still choose her. Machiavelli once warned, "He who builds on the people builds on money." In modern love, this means, if your confidence depends on her approval, it'll crumble the second she pulls away. Here's how that looks in real life. You meet a woman. The connection flows. She's giving energy, attention, all the signs. Then one day she shifts. She becomes distant, texts less, says she's confused. Panic rises. You try harder. You send long texts. Explain yourself. Overthink it all, hoping she'll understand. But here's what most men miss. The moment she feels you're afraid of losing her, she loses interest. Now imagine this, instead. She says, "I don't know what I want anymore." And you reply, calm and grounded, "Take your time. I know what I want. I'll be fine either way." You didn't chase, you didn't fold. You didn't try to pull her back into your orbit. And that calm, confident energy hits deeper than 1,000 compliments. Because in that moment she realizes something powerful. You're not trying to win her. You've already won yourself. From now on, let go of the outcome. If she texts back, great. If she doesn't, your life moves forward at full speed. No self-doubt. No emotional collapse. No loss of power. Make this your standard. I want you, but I'll never beg to be kept. Because the man who can stay composed when things become uncertain becomes the one she craves in that very uncertainty. Let's wrap this up. Now you've got the full picture. And once you connect the dots, it becomes crystal clear. These 5 traits aren't just about attraction, they're about inner power. Here's the truth, one most men never understand. Obsession doesn't come from chasing, performing, or proving yourself. It doesn't come from flowers, compliments, or constant attention. It comes from something deeper, something felt, not explained. It's your energy, the way you walk into a room without needing to impress. The way you wield silence like a sword. The way your presence speaks before you ever say a word. That quiet gravity, unshakable, unfazed, undeniable. Machiavelli never wrote about seduction, but he understood power. And obsession, its power in emotional form. He taught that control isn't taken by force. It's earned through perception, posture, and presence. As he once said, men judge more by the eye than by the hand. For everyone sees, but few understand. And that's what truly captures her. Not your actions, but the energy behind them. Not your words, but the silence after them. Not your effort, but the depth she feels and can't explain. So remember this. Stay emotionally sovereign. Let no mood, no silence, no shift in her tone shake your stability. Speak less, reveal less. Build your mystery. Let curiosity be your shadow. Prioritize your mission. Your path is sacred. Don't detour for approval. Keep your polarity sharp. Be the calm in her chaos. The edge in her softness. Let go of the outcome, but never your standards. Want her, don't need her, and never tolerate less than what aligns with your value. Because when you live these traits, not fake them, not perform them, she won't just notice you. She won't just admire you. She'll feel you in her thoughts, in her body, in her silence, even when you're nowhere to be seen. And that is how obsession begins. Not through seduction, but through presence. Not through noise, but through undeniable gravity. You are not here to be liked. You are not here to be validated. You are here to be chosen by life, by purpose, by women who recognize strength the moment they feel it. So stay sharp, stay grounded, Stay sovereign. Because the man who becomes the storm is never afraid of the wind. And one final note. For the few ready to rise above the 99%, to play a different game, what I'm building next will change the way women see you and the way you see yourself. It's coming soon, so stay tuned. If this message hit home, don't just keep it in your head. Drop a comment, even just a few words. It helps lock the insight in, and it might just help someone else who needs it right now. If you got value from this, hit the like button and share it with someone who deep down, you know needs to hear this. Trust that instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, stronger, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break, no matter what life throws at us.